Food has become a memory. Gaza Hunger Diary. Day 89. Under siege. Imagine a world where food is a memory, not a meal. This is the reality for millions in Gaza, where hunger has become a daily battle for survival. Today, I want to share my story as Sara Awad, a freelance writer and literature student, whose life has been upended by the suffocating siege imposed by the Israeli government. But here's where it gets controversial. Is this truly a war on hunger, or a calculated attack on an entire population? Let's dive into the gut-wrenching details that most people miss. This is my 89th day of enduring what can only be called a starvation war. Waking up to a pounding headache and an empty stomach is no longer shocking, it's routine. My family and I spend hours each day obsessing over our one meal. What will we eat? How will we afford it? My younger siblings, Ahmed, 10, and Yame, 4, don't understand why there's nothing to eat. Their confusion breaks me. Why do children suffer for crimes they didn't commit? That's a question I've asked myself countless times, but no answer ever feels right. Today, my mother baked 8 small pieces of bread, one for each of us. I split mine into 2 portions, saving half for dinner. But this isn't normal. This is a survival tactic. We don't know when the next batch of flour will arrive, if ever. Flour, once a humble staple, now costs 90 shekels, $25 per kilogram, if we can find it. Prices fluctuate wildly, sometimes spiking to $40 a kilogram. For families already reeling from a shattered economy, this is a nightmare. And here's the kicker. Even if we find the flour, we can't pay for it. ATMs and banks are destroyed, mobile payments are unreliable, and the few cash exchanges we rely on charge commissions of 40 to 45%. Just to survive, we're forced into impossible choices. But what about the basics? The luxuries available in Gaza's markets are laughably sparse. Eggplant, rice, unripe tomatoes, and that's it. Milk, meat, fresh vegetables, and fruits? They've vanished. Beans and lentils are the only remaining staples, but even they are running out. This isn't just about hunger. It's about eroding identity. Food is culture, memory, and joy, and now is being weaponized. My body reflects this crisis. At 21, I'm dizzy, foggy, and constantly exhausted. Studying and writing my passions feel like climbing a mountain. My brain forgets more than it retains. And I'm not alone. My mother, recovering from spinal surgery, needs nutrition to heal, but I can't feed her. My father, battling hypertension, gives up his bread to care for her. Even in war, love persists. But what about the elderly, the injured, the disabled? Their bodies are crumbling from hunger while the world watches. Shouldn't we be demanding more from the global community to intervene? Food has become a memory. I dream of feasts, of chicken and rice, of cooking for my family without rationing. I'm tired of staring at old photos of full tables. I'm tired of survival mode. This isn't just about hunger, it's about humanity. And this is the part most people miss. The emotional toll of losing your connection to the simplest joys of life. Will the world finally see Gaza's plight as a moral crisis? I hope so. Until then, we endure. Gaza's neonatal nightmare. Babies fighting for life in a war zone. In the heart of Gaza's neonatal wards, a silent war rages, not of bullets, but of survival. Here, newborns face a battle no child should ever endure, fighting for life in a land where hunger and violence have become daily companions. But here's where it gets controversial. The recent breakdown in peace talks between Israel and Hamas has left many wondering if diplomacy is truly dead or if this is just a calculated pause. Let's unpack the tangled threads of this crisis, while every hour counts for families clinging to hope. Earlier today, Israel announced it was pulling its negotiators from Doha for additional consultations, a move that has sparked speculation about the future of the ceasefire negotiations. Meanwhile, U.S. officials hint that the impasse might not be as final as it seems. Sources suggest Hamas's latest proposal, demanding the release of 200 high-profile Palestinian prisoners instead of 125, and tweaking the troop deployment map, was seen by mediators like Qatar and Egypt as a minor adjustment, not a deal-breaker. But here's the twist. Israeli officials are calling this a ploy to force Hamas back to their terms. And then comes the chilling warning from Witkoff. We will pursue other means to release hostages. Does this signal a return to military action, or is it a bluff to pressure Hamas? And this is the part most people miss. The human cost of this stalemate. UNICEF has dropped a bombshell. 4 children have died of starvation in the last 48 hours. These deaths, they say, are unpunishable and preventable. The numbers are staggering. Nearly 2 million people in Gaza are hungry, with 1 in 4 children and breastfeeding mothers suffering from malnutrition. The UN is sounding the alarm, but aid workers face deadly risks. In the past 2 months, nearly 900 Palestinians have been killed near humanitarian aid sites. Meet Marwaft al-Najjar, a mother who buried her 3-month-old son Yahya. His tiny body, wrapped in a shroud, was a victim not of war's chaos, but of a system that failed to protect the most vulnerable. Then there's Karam Saab, a 35-year-old father sifting through trash to feed his 8 children. Every crumb is a lifeline, every drop of water a precious resource. His brother Atef, like so many others, is trapped in a nightmare where survival is a daily battle. The stakes are even higher now, with France's President Macron set to announce recognition of a Palestinian state at a UN event. A move Israel has already condemned. Is this a diplomatic breakthrough or a provocation that could escalate tensions? As the world watches, questions linger. Can the international community force a resolution, or are we witnessing the collapse of a fragile peace process? And what does it say about our collective responsibility when children starve in a world of plenty? Share your thoughts. Do you believe the current approach is working, or is it time for a radical shift in strategy?